or being too polite also. Now I will tell you two things that are very important to me. My blood. I have two young sisters who are very special. Patricia, everything you said was hurting my soul because I need to know this. And I'm going to put in my prayers. You know, in the LUFAFA family, every 7 boys you have, there's 1 girl. Every 7 boys, 1 girl. One time, it was Christmas. And Dad and Uncle Ephraim were supervising workers in our garden at Christmas. People used to work. And they left. Mommy had visited her parents. Unfortunately, there was no girl. So Daddy had been tempted to buy some chicken and meat for Christmas. So So we knew, because we were the ones who used to slaughter the chicken also. So we knew how to cut the pieces and throw it in the pot and boil it. And then we said, now boys, what do we do? There's no girl here. So we went and bought chapatis, a carton full, and put them. So Daddy and Uncle came back expecting a very wonderful meal because they bought. Lo and behold, we put there the pot of meat, put there the pot of chicken, and our carton of chapatis. And then said, dear God, why didn't you give me at least a girl to stay around? Our then sister, we had only one, had trouble with mom. So when you see a LUFAFA girl, she's very special. Vicky, stand up. Amen. So two sisters, Patricia and Vicky, I love them. Amen. I love them with a special love. Because in our house, we know, you see me, I've also stopped now having children. I tried first time boy, second time boy. Then I looked at my brothers. Still ask myself, now where am I going? We shall marry them. Otherwise, I'm not going to put another team of footballers. Also the lighter note, but it's special when you have, someone said, girls are sweet to raise. Now you girls who are there, you should know your parents feel very special about you, because some of us don't have. Are you getting it? So take yourself as special as your parents do. Music. In all I see. I don't know, the sisters just given a testimony. One time I was struggling with my kidney. And at the same time, my throat was also taking me. Those who know the sad story, it was really sad because it was painful. And one of my lecturers came and said, come, let us go to Kakande. I said, but how do you expect me to go to such a man? I said, my son, you should learn one of these days to get a leave off God. And that's when I remember the song I wrote 21 years ago. The first gospel song I wrote in my life. It went, I can hear the voices out. Amen. They shout the name of God in vain. They say we are serving God in vain. For they know no one could live in the world. Oh, it still does exist. Yes. In between that one and today, I've written more, but I have a very funny head, it forgets. But around next year, I plan to invite you so that we celebrate the writing and notation of 400 hymns. Amen. Next year, I'll be telling you, let's sing. But I might have forgotten another 700 that I've written. So the reason why I'm trying to put it in writing is I write songs and these people I teach, they remember them and I've forgotten. So I know God has given me the gift of writing. The gift of memory is still lacking. So I have to go to the right structures to put my things in record. Otherwise, sometimes you take these things for granted. You pass on and there's nothing you have left for the people after you. It can be dangerous. Vicky, our sister again wrote, imagining we all have the gift. Not. And if she doesn't, she'll come. I will put Chiraka for her. Don't worry. When the Crusaders went out, do you know the story of the Crusaders? Who at least has read about the Crusaders? The story of Muslim and Christian Jerusalem. Over the years where millions were massacred. Some by Muslims and most by Christians. They were told, you're going to do a job, kill for God. They went out marching with the songs of God to kill for God. Music in all winds. People died. Their children died. They would kill even to the last kid of a goat in the village for God. And they marched with some songs that you sing today. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle, singing banners soon. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Friends, that song made Christians march to go and massacre those who did not believe with them. When you sit in church and there's a system protecting you, that you can live and worship, and you are not as bloody as our friends were. They believed they were doing the right thing. Some of them were promised heaven for doing this. Of course, we have changed a bit of the wording, we know. Not so. Yes, but these were murderous songs. Music in. You know, when we come to Adventists, we are very careful to say. Because every Adventist is a specialist musician. And we are difficult to teach at the same time. I'm not mocking, I'm just telling you what we have. We have experiences, and most of us have a judgment of music as per the choirs and their preparation. Music goes far beyond this pulpit. But we found people must kill each other for judging music only by what we see in the choirs in front here. I'm doing music therapy with an autistic child. And I have, I think, like 300 videos of my sessions. And when we are down, and our concentration is down, we get down to dance. And I will be as kind one day to play for you some of those videos. And you see how much it has changed this young man's life. The parent keeps sending messages, thank you, because my son is living a more meaningful life. He's no longer sad. He's 14 and speech impaired. But at least he can play the piano. Now this is to you people who are okay and can understand. And sometimes we have worship without a piano, by pianist. If an autistic, speech impaired child can play piano, I know all of us can also. And I'm not saying this for business. I run a music school, I'm not saying this for business. But I'm saying this for worship. We are in a conference that has sent out CDs to churches. That when you reach worship, play that CD. and keep the hell quiet so that the city can worship God. What does the scripture say? If they will not worship me, what will? Elder, ask them to tell you what they call a city in Uganda. A ginger, a kind, a stone. So we are here fulfilling scripture, but on the wrong side of scripture. But this is the conference, and if you have come to Makerere University or any institution of higher learning, Bukalas everywhere, the church that we go back to expects us to have an input into their work, not so, but especially in their worship. We are busy building churches, structures that are record-breaking. You say, hey, these guys are built. It's magnificent. Can we build the art of worshiping God too? Today, I came with a lot of things, but I don't know what time I'm supposed to end. It's 12:30. I might have gone past ending time. When do we end? I'm here even in the afternoon. I was supposed to go. We have a special training for the church choir. We're trying to professionalize ourselves there. But I cancelled that so that we can stay the whole afternoon. So this morning I'm going to introduce one special skill. One special skill. The skill of writing your Christian record in music so that you can leave it for your children. When I wrote this 21 years ago, how many of you were born 21 years ago? Yeah, you can see not all of you. Am I being understood? So my motivation here today is, can I pass on this skill to you so that tomorrow, 21 years from now, someone else can be singing a song you have sung? Is that okay, Musdaa? Yes. Let us choose a theme. What are we writing about? Me, when I teach, I do. I don't talk. I do. I've been looking for you. Do you know why I've been looking for you? To do for me something about the hymn book. There's something you did about the Musdaa hymn book and you created an app for it. Make sure you look for me, the one looking for. So Baruch, give us the theme that we're going to write a song about in these minutes. Faith. Faith. The theme is faith. Give me the first statement that we should say. Now, when we're writing songs, we write small, simple lines. Simple lines with 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe to 8 words. Not so? So someone give me one statement with 8 words that introduces faith. Don't conclude. Introduce faith. Don't give me lines of other songs. Yes. Life is very hard without faith. Okay. Life is very hard without faith. Would be hard to sing. Not so? But let us shape it. The same thing. Let us shape it. Okay. Life is very hard without faith.
Without faith, life is very
Let us say, life is hard without faith. Can we go with that? Yes. Life is hard without faith. Okay. I want 4 lines. Only 4. That is 1. What would the second one tell me? Yes. Sorry? Seeing? Now, life is hard without faith. See, seeing the the unseen is an extension of what we've said in the first statement. How about we say see the unseen? You're saying seeing the unseen. I'm saying, can we say see? It's still your statement. Am I allowed to change it a bit? Life. Let us go to the first one. Life is hard without faith. Cold. These things have pins, so I'm fearing one of my brothers who normally put these swing shoes will step on it. Then we shall pray very hard. So, life is hard without faith. Yes? See the unseen. What else did you say? I'm trying to call. It's still the same statement. See the unseen. Now, life is hard without faith.
When you can't see the unseen.
See the unseen.
By faith.
Wouldn't fit. No, wouldn't fit. See the unseen. You're telling someone life is hard without faith, not so. And that someone is me going to Kakande, not so. Now, life is hard without faith. And someone saying, I have a solution, a physical solution for you. And you're telling them, see God. See the unseen. Love of Christ. Let us see. Let us just put there, love of Christ. We shall change when we go. So, see the unseen. Love of. Number 3. You have called. You have called. Life is hard without faith. But you are calling them. Please see the unseen. Love of Christ. Something that does not repeat any of this but builds onto that. Remember, we are having how many statements? 4. And each with how many phrases? What? 4. Yes.
This is the confidence we have in Him.
Okay, this is the confidence we have in Him. Someone shape it for me into 4. We need to start now. There's what we call rhyming. Not so? When you're singing, you need to start rhyming. How many of you are doing literature here? How many of you have done literature? At Makere. You? Oh. You know Dr. Tivasi? That's a friend of mine we came with from Senior 1. Recently he phoned me and I told him I am Seventh-day Adventist and I'm calling you to review my choir so that they learn to phrase words well and sing well. I said, LUFAFA, are you Adventist? I said, yes. Where did they pass to reach you? See, them Adventist. So we had gone to eat at Dream Restaurant and he told my friend that this one was the devil incarnate. Because he lived with me from Senior 1 to Senior 6 and to Makerere, and we did masters together. I said, this one was the devil incarnate. Now see, God used the devil incarnate to write the gospel of the word. So every one of us can. So our 2 statements, we remember. Okay. Third sentence. That line. Yes. Thank you, but you're still taking us to the same. Yes, there.
Faith is the assurance of things hoped for.
Faith is assurance of things hoped for.
It's a story.
Okay, I'm adding this. So life is heard without. Second, that assurance of things hoped for. Does it come? So, say out the three lines. That. Am I with everyone or am I just people behind them coming to you? You sit in class behind, church behind, except one special occasion. Cafeteria. And I also used to sit behind, so I'm coming because we are the same. Life, let us go back to our song.
Life is hard without faith.
See
and unseen love of Christ.
Yes.
That
Assurance of things hoped for. The fourth line, concluding this matter. Not concluding the song, but concluding this matter. In line with what we've said. Okay? Yes. Sorry? No, there's a repetition there. Isn't there a repetition? There is. Yes.
Have it and all will be well.
Okay. Have you written? I've told you, be careful with me. My first skill is to forget. So you have to be very careful when you're dealing with me. Make sure you write down. These people who sing with me, they know. So, life. Yes, and then? Who has a good handwriting that looks like a song? Not one that writes like me. I'm avoiding to write because I have the worst in East and Central Africa. I'm not lying. I used to write essays in S6 and my teacher would give me 30% without reading. That was how bad I wrote. But when you never came back, I was the best in his paper in the whole country. So you can imagine. But I suffered for the whole A-level. I got 30%. 30%. And then in the final, I wrote so bad. I also fear my handwriting. So who has written well? Amen for someone who is sure of their handwriting. Others well, others will learning to write. Okay, life is hard without faith. See the unseen love of Christ, that assurance of things hoped for. Have it, and all will be well. Now, how many of us have learned what they call blessing melodies onto text? No one. How many of us are in that department, whether you are in dance or film or drama or anything, MDD department? How many of us are there? You're there?
Yes.
What are you studying there? Sorry? Yes, you've been studying? Music. Where? Which course? Bachelor of Arts in Music. Good. So you've written your fig and everything and you've done your... You guys still go to people's theater? is hard. Give me the first melody. Can't have our degree. Can't have our degree and you waste it without being gospel. Church, do you understand what I'm trying to do? Yes. Recently, friends in Mount Olive called me to train their master guides in music. But they were just targeting putting on that thing. And, you know, those people who study and then they want to see, they want to have it also. Check them. Add on. So these people have honors. They have honors. They can even tie some on the ankle. So when they came to me and said, we want you to train us in music, I said, the biggest deficit in the Adventist church is of composers. So I'm going to train you for a week, and I will not sign that anyone of you has passed until you write 5 songs each. Amen. Because if I don't do this, none of you will come willing to say, I want to become a composer. Not so. So, life is hard. Give us a melody. You think I've forgotten? You're praying that I live to my own pleasure.
Life is hard without faith.
Life is hard without faith. I've changed the rhythm. Life is hard without faith. See the unseen love of Christ. I'm just getting those two. Life is hard without faith. Listen to the second. See the unseen love of Christ. The first one. That assurance of things hoped for. Hey.
What?
This line is the man and a
What assurance?
But you all have your books also? Yes. That assurance of things hoped for.
What assurance?
I got it. I've forgotten again. That assurance of things hoped for. See that? That assurance of things hoped for. Have eternal will be well. Hallelujah. Musdaa has written a song. You people are writers. So sing for me the whole thing. Life is hard without faith. See the unseen love of Christ. That assurance of things hoped for. Have eternal will be well. Now that is a melody. Oh, come in. Wait. Before you went confused. As we already confused, by the way. Now that is a melody. But there is what we call harmony. I'll be explaining when we have to. It's not good to delay people in divine. Yeah? Yeah, but we have a lot. When you meet me, yeah, I'm a very confused man. I have a lot on my mind, so I don't want to get confused. Eh? Now, we have harmony and then we have rhythm. Every piece of music has at least two ingredients: melody and rhythm. Whether you apply harmony or not, for example, so by the time you harmonize that line, and we're in the holy month, you know, yeah? By the time you harmonize that, it may be difficult, not so, but there is some rhythm in it, not so. Why am I saying every piece of music has a rhythm? Now, what is the rhythm in this song we just sang? Let us sing it. Life is hard without faith. Hear that? Sing and sing love of Christ. Everyone. Again, go. Life is hard. Okay, some of you can just tap your foot there. Sing and sing love of Christ. That assurance of things hoped for, how eternal will be. Now keep tapping, and keep quiet. Now that is the rhythm of that song. Now there are people who have met you and they told you any music with rhythm is very bad. It's just for you to know these things are around us everywhere, okay? If you accompany our song even, hey, exhibit time. We go. Life is hard without faith. Sing and sing love of Christ. That assurance of things hoped for, how eternal will be. Let's begin. 2, go. Life is hard without faith. Sing and sing love of Christ. That assurance of things hoped for, how eternal will be well. You do well to forget it and then write another. Please don't forget. In the afternoon, I will be with you, but I want to. Can someone give out these? Normally, when I go to communities like these, people have questions on music. Okay? Yes, and I want to listen to people's questions so that we see where we are headed as a society. If we don't ask questions and we just receive, we may not judge what we are doing. Also, so someone help me distribute these. Don't take our sticker papers without a question. You must return a question, not so. Give to as many as, once they are out, they are out. So those who have questions can raise their hands and receive. Okay. As we do that, one of the biggest problems I've been talking to elders, problems of the Adventist Church right now is within composition. Composition, we are what do we call this? One time I was in Iganga, my hometown, and the big man was chewing on sugar cane. And down his feet was a young child, barely dressed, starving in the hot sun. This gentleman was chewing the cane and he spat out. And this child picked what he had chewed through. And that was his lunch. And so he picked and also would chew. What really hurt me the most was that the man had the ability to buy sugarcane, even for this child. And this child could not order the man. But even after seeing the need of the child, he stood there proudly. Leave some, spit out. Leave some, spit out. And the child would pick the remains. You have been to England, the elder thing, you know. And the child would pick. Because that is his cheapest lunch he can afford. And would get it and show. We feel like the same every time we go to chew through people's ideas, as if we never lived it at all. These people who killed and brought you onward Christian soldiers, that was their experience at that time. That was their Christian journey at that time. Do you understand me, Musdaa? It was what they knew, and they did it faithfully, and gave you a song of experience. Are you understanding me? What are you willing to give your children? You know, I'm glad 21 years after my first Christian song, it's still sung, not so? But after 60 years, you people in Musdaa, how shall you talk to your children and say we live when you have nothing to leave them behind? So our church, I'll say this, sorry, they are visitors, but I'm teaching you also visitors learn to write songs, not so? You learn to write songs, don't just get that. But we have sung this, I also sing it. Eh? You can write, not so? You've learned how to write, not so? So, we need to write songs. We need writers. And these writers can be, you don't have to go through music degrees. Our business and our needs are bigger than a degree. We need to create a movement that is going to write our Christian experience in music and share it with the generations after us. That is just what I came to deliver this morning. May God bless you.